A bidding war is looming in global football. Manchester City, Arsenal, and now Manchester United are about to go toe-to-toe for the hottest footballer in English football. This as Mason Mount edges closer to Manchester United. Welcome to the hotspot. My name is Webb. Subscribe to the channel, and if you have, smash the notification button so that you keep getting the updates as they do come. Now today, the 22nd of June, has been a busy day when you talk Manchester United, and here I am to wrap it up for you in case you missed it. Now, a lot has happened, but the big one that was broken today by the man, the master of transfers, the man of all the windows, none other than Fabrizio Romano, is that he did get the details concerning the personal agreement between Mason Mount and Manchester United. Now, as it is, Manchester United and Mount have agreed that they will be paying the youngster £200,000 per week. These are the details of the personal terms. So meaning the deal is still seriously on, even if Chelsea did reject bid number 2 from Manchester United. So the hope now is that the two clubs will meet halfway. Remember, Chelsea were still stuck to their guns, asking for 60 million plus £5 million in add-ons for Mason Mount. But as it is, Man United do believe they will be able to negotiate them down, and they will convince them to settle for at least 50 million plus £5 million in add-ons. That is to sign Mason Mount, a player who seems to be very important for the Manchester United manager, that is Erik ten Hag. So soon we will be getting to see, of course, the final deal announced. But as it is now, the clubs are going on. The clubs are going back and forth as United is prepared to table a final, probably a third and probably final bid for Mason Mount. Now remember, like I told you, Manchester United has indeed, been making moves since the return of Erik ten Hag from holiday, and there is a lot going on at the club today. The youngster Zidane Iqbal, who was sold to Utrecht, did leave the club. Now we do also get reports today that Donny van der Beek is going to be loaned out to AS Roma. Remember, van der Beek, since joining as the hottest box-to-box midfielder, has struggled to establish himself at Manchester United. Most of his career, I think, has been fettered by injuries. The latest was a long knee injury that he's been suffering, and it is believed he will be returning for the preseason. He will be there, but United feel, whereas they have got to sell a couple of players, they actually feel he's not a player they will get any money for, because no club will be willing really to give you reasonable money for a player who has been on a long injury, especially if it is a knee injury. So it is a difficult situation for Donny van der Beek, but he's got to be loaned out to Jose Mourinho's AS Roma, a team that we've seen rejuvenate careers that were almost gone at Manchester. If you remember, Nemanja Matic left Manchester United, went to AS Roma, and he performed fairly well with Roma, then reaching the final of the Europa League, only to lose to Sevilla, the kings of the Europa. But also Chris Smalling has also sort of rejuvenated himself at AS Roma. So the belief is that even Van der Beek could rejuvenate himself, this time on loan, not fully sold, and maybe in the future he could be returning and be of value to United in the center of the park. Now, of course, there is again today we got talk of Axel Disasi again. He's been silent, but as it is, United seem to be giving up on Kim Min-jae. So Axel Disasi is the other option that United are looking at, and it is believed that the club has had verbal conversations with the player, and they have agreed on a couple of terms, and they are now hoping soon to be moving in the next weeks and go approach Monaco for the 25-year-old centre-back who can also play as a right-back. That is Axel Disasi. That's business, United. I'm telling you, it's business unusual. Subscribe if you haven't, because, yeah, we are here to always give you the updates concerning the biggest football club in the world. Now, again, moving on, and later on, guys, I will be live later on at exactly 22 hours, that's 10 p.m, to just go into in depth and give proper analysis and perspective to the stories that are going on concerning Manchester United. So you better as well take note of that. But still, more stories are going on concerning Manchester United. We do get reports, slow silent reports, and of course in a period like this, any rumor, any speculation has got to be mentioned, because you don't know what could happen. Now we are getting reports that apparently the Glazers are trying to block any transfer. They are trying to block any exchange of money, any transfer by Manchester United until the takeover is done. Now, there are those reports that are coming through. I don't want to give them a lot of water. I don't think they are entirely true. I just needed to mention them to you. But there are reports that came through earlier on that the Glazers made an order that no business should go on until the takeover is complete. Now, I'm not sure whether that should be good news. Of course, whatever we are seeing going on now is because of the pressure coming in from the likes of Arsenal, who are bidding for players left, right, and centre, Chelsea, who are selling and, of course, buying players. So, certainly, it would slow us, yet the excitement had come because we are making moves now and advances to players. But the reports are suggesting that the Glazers are trying to block, and they're not going to sanction any transfers until the takeover is done. Now, those are reports. Now, they are minor reports, but like I said, my duty is to come here and give it all to you, because if things do turn around, maybe you will know that you had it first here from the hotspot, where we keep burning you with the hottest news concerning Manchester United. But the other big development that came out today is that Manchester United are seriously looking back to a man they have been interested in for some time. That is Declan Rice, a hot property now in English football. Rice is wanted by Arsenal. Of course, they have made 2 bids and they have both been rejected. Arsenal are not relenting. They are willing to go back again, hoping to again have the advantage to sign the 24-year-old England international and West Ham captain, who has made it clear, and the club agree he's going to be leaving the team. Most likely Arsenal the final destinations, but Man City is coming into the mix now, and it is believed Man City, after what has been holding Man City, were conversations with Ilkay Gundogan, because they felt they could convince him to sign their contract of 1 year and an option of an extra year. But Gundogan has been confirmed as a Barcelona player, signing a 2-year contract with an option of a 3rd year. So meaning now they have got, they are freed in terms of that department. So there is clarity now on what next. So they need a replacement for Ilkay Gundogan, and Manchester City has always been eyeing, they have always kept an eye open and focusing on Declan Rice. Now it is believed they are also going to be bidding for him very soon. They are putting together a bid for him. And West Ham are so open because they are stuck to their guns. They say it's £120 million or nothing. That's why they have rejected 2 record bids from Arsenal for the 24-year-old English player. Now, Manchester United are also believed to come in and join the mix. Question is this a worthy battle for Manchester United? Are we in a state where we can spend £120 million on Declan Rice? I don't think so. I think he's another, overrated, overpriced, player, English player, which I don't think is good. But I don't think this is a battle we do want to get ourselves into. Not now. I don't even think if we have that kind of money, we should be thinking about Declan Rice. We would rather go now to Napoli, who put a €180 million price tag as their initial asking price for Victor Osimhen. You should be looking at that, because €180 million is not so far away from £120 million. But I don't think we should be going to enter a battle. That makes no sense. 100 million, even just 100 million for Declan Rice, for me, is way too high. It's on the high side. But that's the situation. The hottest one, the one that I think is imminent, the first signing United could be making. Never mind 2 bids being rejected. United are confident they will go back and sign their player in this summer. That is Mason Mount, and they have agreed personal terms, and it has been revealed he is going to be earning in the region of £200,000 per week. Just the clubs now are waiting for a final agreement between the 2 of them. This is the hot spot. My name is Webb. Let me know what you think about the status of Manchester United. But also, Andre Onana, it is believed he's also seriously emerging now as a top target, because it seems the final decision has almost been made concerning David De Gea, and there is no turning back. David De Gea will be leaving Manchester United sooner rather than later, because there is no contract signed yet. So the reports coming through suggest that Onana is a serious contender to come through and be the number 1 at Manchester United. But also the reports keep mentioning Diogo Costa, saying he is still a player United are looking at as a futuristic solution if they do have the money to spend. So that's the situation. So again, focus on United now. The players to think about: Mason Mount, of course, we know we've made bids. Declan Rice has come into the conversation now. I don't think really we would go into that battle now. I think it would disorganize us. There is talk of Onana now. it has emerged. Onana is another top target player, and of course Rasmus Højlund. Like I told you, United are still serious on him, and they are putting together their bid for the player from Atalanta. That's the situation concerning Manchester United today so far, the 22nd of June. Now we will be talking about the takeover as well at exactly 10 p.m. That's 22 hours. I will be back live talking about all these stories in depth, but also trying to throw more light on this situation. Declan Rice, is that a battle we want to go to? Mason Mount, should we pay more than what we placed in? More than 45 plus 5 million in add-ons? Is it worth it again? We need to have that conversation again. Is Onana the player? Is Onana the chosen one? There are so many options of goalkeepers. There is also Rando Kolomwani, and he has again re-emerged as United seem to be again focused on sorting the striking position, and talks are now again bringing and re-emerging and talking about the Eintracht Frankfurt and French international, that is Rando Kolomwani. A lot to talk about live at exactly 10 p.m. That's 22 hours. My name is Webb. This is the Hotspot. Subscribe if you haven't. Let me talk to you later.